growing up in the 80s and 90s, all of the really cool guys all had something in common in the action movies. They all had really good guns, and the vast majority of them carried in a shoulder holster. Uh, the shoulder holster is kind of an outdated technology now, uh, or at least in my opinion, I believe it is. With all of the advancements with Kydex and with the Kydex leather hybrid types, with all the training that you can receive in, appendix carry, 3 o'clock carry, outside the waistband, how they've made holsters so much flatter, how they've made guns so much skinnier and smaller just all around. I mean, trying to carry a 38 revolver and appendix wasn't real comfortable back in the day. And then if you carried one on your hip, it stuck out, so that was how they hid the gun. That was like the first undercover, or one of the first undercover type setups, was a shoulder holster. And the reason why I'm talking about that is if you'll go back and look at a couple of my videos in the past, I did a review for craft holsters, and it was an appendix inside the waistband leather holster that unfortunately it failed. I hate to say it, but it did. Anyway, I did the review on it. Honestly, didn't think I'd ever hear back from Craft Holsters because it was such a bad negative review on their product. Anyway, Craft Holsters contacted me and they said, "Hey, sorry you had bad luck. You want to try something else?" And I looked at everything that they offered and I said, "You know what? Let's try a shoulder holster." I don't normally carry one. I don't train with one, but I thought, you know what? It could be fun. So that's what my channel is all about, is I try new stuff and I try things to see if I like it or not. Sometimes I'm lucky enough and I have a product sponsor who will give me something to try, like the core belt or the holster. And I'll do a review on it, see if I like it or not. But it's all stuff that I want to try. It's all stuff that I think is neat, different, whatever the case might be. So anyway, I contacted Craft back and I said, "Yeah, let me try your shoulder holster." And my contact there, Luke, was like, "Okay, take a couple of weeks. We'll get you one made, get it sent out to you." All right. Well, I got the holster last week. I've worn it off and on throughout the evenings when I get home from work. I'm not able to carry at work, so I don't wear the holster there. But after work, I've worn it when I go run errands, when I go to the gym, whatever the case might be. And I have gotten kind of comfortable with it. I'm still getting it adjusted just right to where it fits perfectly for me. But it is a shoulder holster, attaches to the belt on each side, double magazine carrier, and firearm. The review I did in the past with that bad holster of theirs was on the Beretta 81, and that's what they sent me this holster for, is the Beretta 81. Now, show you, magazine is empty, gun is empty. You can see nothing in there. Hammers down, safety's on. So they sent me this holster to try out, and after a week or so of wearing it, I do like it. It is comfortable, it is different, and it is not something that I normally have. It's not something I normally train with, so if I were to use this for a concealed carry option, I would definitely have to do more training. At the end of this video, I'm going to throw in some shooting video that I took today. I had already done this part of the video today as well, but unfortunately my camera, something went bad with the microphone in it, and the microphone is recording all sorts of crazy noises, and it was just unusable. So I had to come back here to the house, and as I was trying to edit the video, it was just, the audio was too bad, so I decided to shoot this again. But I will throw some shooting at the end of this one. But anyway, let me show you what I really like about this holster, and we'll kind of talk through it. So as you can see, it is a vertical type holster. With it being horizontal, it would be thicker. Let's go ahead and take the gun out. So it would have to be like that right there. And you would walk around pointing your gun at people all day. So this one being vertical, I'm not pointing the gun at anybody except my, I guess the outside of my leg, but it's my leg that I'm pointing it at, not someone else. Next is the magazine carriers to help balance out the weight. Unfortunately, I've only got one spare magazine for the Beretta. I don't have two. So I will have to get a additional spare mag, not just for this, but because I would like to have more. Now, the thing I like about this is it does snap and holds it very secure. But let's just say, for example, that I do have to draw the weapon. I've got it easily concealed under a very lightweight hoodie. It also conceals underneath a plain button-up shirt. But let's say I have to grab, reach, and when I hit here and undo it, look, whoa, then you can draw it out. So you're not having to pull all the way up. You can pull out to fire. So I really like that. If you'll look in the video where I am doing the shooting, I am still learning this. So I'm not like freaking speed ace or anything. But in the video where I'm shooting, you'll see that when I can get a good hold on it, it comes out pretty quick. Now, is it as fast as I am at my appendix? No, I'm a lot faster drawing from appendix than I am from here. But this is something that I've just now started trying. And really, I mean, if I was in a situation where I knew something was going on, I could probably slowly work my hand here, maybe even get it all the way in, as opposed to, having to reach around or something like that. That might be a little bit more conspicuous. Maybe I'm scratching my chest like, hey man, I'm sorry, or whatever, who knows. But it comes out pretty quick. So a dismal failure, in my personal opinion, on their first holster that they sent me. The inside the waistband, the leather was too soft. It would collapse in on itself. No rigidity at all. Could not recommend it. This one, I still think that there might be certain circumstances where a shoulder holster could be beneficial to a person. Is that going to be every situation? No. But if you find yourself in the mood to try something different, if you're like me and you grew up where all of the badasses that you watched and loved as a kid carried shoulder holsters, and if you have that just that kind of nostalgic feeling, give it a try. I think it's I think this one I can recommend. I think this one, it is comfortable. It has held up good so far, which I'm only a week in, so you got to take that for granted. I haven't got, hours and hours and weeks and days and months and years at this. I've got 1 week. So once again, kind of show you a little bit of, how to draw it. It's not perfect. My draw isn't perfect. Like I said, I don't practice this. But anyway, I can and I will recommend this one if you have the circumstances to where you need a shoulder holster. I think it's worth the money. I think it's worth a shot. Or if you're just wanting to try something different, I think it's worth it. Check them out. It's Craft Holsters. I'll have links in the description, so go there, check them out. At this time, I would skip their inside the waistband holster until they get whatever issues fixed that I had with mine, but I will go ahead and recommend this one. especially with this small of a gun, man, it conceals easy, it hides without an issue, it's comfortable, and if someone other than me, someone who practices this, I really think they could get fast at that draw. So thank you. Stick around. There's going to be some shooting here in just a minute, but I will warn you, the audio is terrible. There's all sorts of little cracks and beeps and buzzes, so you might want to mute while you're watching the shooting. That part I'm just not going to be able to re-record at this time. But the holster itself, I give it a thumbs up. Go to Craft Holsters, give it a try. I do really like how it rotates out. Makes for a super smooth draw. So give them a shout, give them a try. Hopefully it works for you, and hopefully you like it as well as I like mine. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and stick around. We're going to have some shooting.